Hello? I just got myself a spacer laser. Yeehaw! Get over here! Oh my gosh, I don't know how late I am. I'm so sorry. My baby had a really hard time going down for her nap, and I started the stream and started the 5-minute timer, and I was like, I'll either hit that 5-minute timer or I won't. And I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure it ended. I don't know when it did. I don't know when it ended, but it's one of those really rough. Mormon dude! Metroid! Okay, so first off, before we do Metroid, we have to watch this 10 minutes of Tears of the Kingdom gameplay together. Because I haven't watched it yet. How long is it? Oh, we've also got Fresh! We've got Shine Spark. How are you guys? Dad Bods, good to see you. How are you? How are you? Mormon dude, are you from the LDS Gamers Discord? Michael, hello. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I changed something. Ah, I'm a mess today. Okay, okay. I changed something earlier because I was gonna try and change one of my settings and then that didn't work and then I forgot to change it back. Okay, so how long is the what's it called? The gameplay, the 10-minute gameplay for Tears of the Kingdom. Is it like 13 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? I think it's 10 minutes. How many of you guys have seen it? Because I have not watched it yet. So let me... you haven't? Oh, okay, sweet. And this will be a first for the both of us. Okay, so it is 13 minutes long. So here's a question. Jane Whippen! Okay, so 10 minutes. So do we want to watch this together right now? Or do we want to wait until the end of stream? Or like, how do we want to do this? Because I need to, oh, my face is so shiny. I messed around with my camera forever trying to make it less shiny, but I can't. I showered and put on lotion and now my face is super shiny. Should we do the end of stream? Okay. It's got like 3 minutes of, hey, everybody, yada, yada. I know, I feel like I look like, and I'm never happy with the way my camera looks. I'm never happy with the colors. I always feel like I look too rosy, too white, too washed out, too whatever. It bugs me, but whatever. I don't know, Zelda does that to some people. So excited! Let's watch it now. Let's get it done and out of the way, and then we'll move on to Metroid, which I hope is not a bummer for too many people because maybe I should have put that. Oh, man, this little pop filter here is breaking because it falls all the time. Like my microphone's fallen multiple times, and I wrote the company, and they sent me a replacement part when I broke it years ago. And they sent me a replacement part for free. And then they wrote me back and they were like, yeah, we don't have replacement parts for that microphone anymore. And I was like, you sell it on your website. What are you talking about? Jordachi, how are you? Hey, I just finished World War Z today. How far are you? Do you like it? Have you quit? Do you not like it? I loved it. I thought it was so great. Okay. Let me... How have I done this? I think I added this to my game. Oh, you've got 1 hour left. Okay, fantastic. I'm assuming you've liked it then. It's so fascinating to me. It sounds so real. It sounds like things would absolutely play out that way if something like this happened, or something like that happened. It just, I was so, if I could listen to any book, like I have a handful of audiobooks I wish I could listen to for the first time again. That's one of them. That was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. I thought it was great. Okay, let me get over here. And I know you're gonna hear two different...
Hello, everyone.
Okay, hold on.
Let's begin.
You're gonna hear two different things. So let me stop my music. And then let me go over to my in-game screen. I haven't done... This might take some finagling. Hold on. Let me add a window capture because I haven't actually done this with my new, what am I looking for? Window capture. That's it. That is it. Yes. Yes, that is exactly what I need. I don't think I need, well, maybe. DJ! Good to see you. You are just in time. Okay, well, that goes all the way down at the bottom. Like underneath. Yeah, Okay. All right. We are going to watch the first 10 minutes of Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know how many of you have seen this. I have not seen this yet. So I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller so I can kind of sort of fit the whole thing in there. Why is it not? Why? Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. I'll just make it gigantic and then. Okay, let me know. Okay, I'm going to need to turn this up in my headphones. Yeah, there it is. Hold on, let me test it.
Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay, so this is. Oh no, I was gonna say this is Tears of the Kingdom because look at Link in all his super long-haired glory. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Can everybody hear that? Can everybody hear the audio? Okay. Like, is it good? I'm very excited. Oh, whoa. Since I made it big, it made it huge. So hold on. I just have to be so complicated. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. Let me start this over again. Grandpa, good to see you. How are you? Okay, we're about to watch some gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom. I have not watched this yet. Part of me wonders if I even should watch it because I just want to just dive in totally blind, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to go back to this part.
Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
Let me know if I have to turn it up or something.
Like the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out.
I was going to ask if there are, if it's the same. It looks.
In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some landmasses floating above.
Yeah.
We call them Sky Islands.
Skylands.
You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up?
True. I do wonder that.
If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it.
Oh, this is the same part of the map. That's Dueling Peaks, right?
Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement.
Oh. Now it's going back up. Oh my gosh, what an interesting mechanic.
Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
Let's do.
There are a few other sky islands floating here too.
That is insane. Okay, but how did those sky islands like come to be? Like what? Oh, okay. There's a dragon!
Okay.
There are multiple ways to reach Sky Islands? Is that what he said?
Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface.
How are you not freezing cold up in the sky like that?
Let's walk around for a bit.
Come on, Nintendo. You know better than that. You have to wear your warmest gear on the bird, but you don't have to up in the Skylands.
It might come in handy later. Let's continue. Oh, something's there. This is a brand new enemy called a construct. We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up.
I feel like that's a really bad decision, but okay.
Broke. Not good, not good.
Not good, not
Another
good.
branch and...
So, wow, Link looks like a...
Moving on.
He reminds me of, I don't know, he looks so different.
This sky island. As As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far.
Yeah, no.
Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities.
We've got...
We use this branch and the rock over here, and do this. Look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer.
What?
Fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
That is so insane.
We're dealing with two of them at once.
What an interesting concept.
Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved.
Wow. That is... He does, Trojan. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he looks like he's wearing a toga, and he's got, like, the long hair.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting.
The people kind of Trojan.
You can fuse
Clarification.
weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range.
Whoa.
With
I'll
this,
say.
we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance.
That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be so far away.
You can
I'm
also
gonna fuse the
arrows
two
with
longest
materials
things I
in your
can.
inventory. For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you
Oh.
can freeze faraway enemies.
Got it. So you can create your own element arrows. That's very cool.
Very useful. In addition, let's see.
A leaf arrow.
Ah, there's a bird flying around. If
So
you're out
there
hunting,
is.
You might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land.
Yeah, that's me.
So at times like these,
Forbidden lollipop.
here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and... Look, it homed in on the target.
Oh, that's
Let's
cool.
try this on another bird.
That is very cool. They made
Fire in that general direction.
they made that object, that material or whatever, actually useful. Because in Breath of the Wild, the monster parts really aren't that useful. I mean, you can make elixirs with them, but I never made elixirs. Ever.
Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use.
Looks like Link's a fun guy.
This mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now.
Oh, so it gives you cover.
So, attack. Even
Oh
if
my
you struggle in
gosh.
combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods.
That opens up an entire new
Get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies.
way of fighting enemies.
Game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are
That
even
is
more gameplay options for
crazy.
sticking things together. Let me demonstrate.
Yeah, I'm gonna run
Some
around with a
Sky
rock on my
Islands
back.
Even have rivers. We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log.
So you make your own raft.
Let's do one more. We'll
So you can
bring
fuse as many
this
things
here
together as you
and
want?
attach a third log. It's a makeshift raft.
I am really, really excited about all these different, like...
Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft.
Wait, what?
You can always attach things or detach them like this. Now, if we put this on the water,
That's
it's
crazy.
made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat.
That is bananas. Because,
We've made a
like, think
simplified
about
version of a boat.
how many
However,
different
it won't
directions
move in its current state,
you can
so
take
we'll
that.
need something to propel
I
it
really
forward.
hope they utilize that in puzzles, like in dungeons and stuff. Wow, that's
There's something
crazy.
here. Let's try hitting it.
Were there stealth takedowns in Breath of the Wild? No. You
It's
didn't have
like a win.
you didn't have any sort of like
Looks like we found a fan.
there was no option to like get cover or anything like that. You literally just had to like sneak up on enemies. There wasn't, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know.
This should make the boat well balanced.
That is Absolutely insane.
Okay,
Who
they're attached.
comes up with stuff like
All right,
this?
let's try moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast.
It's got like this little battery. Like, this is how long our fans can go.
Since we added 2
Wow.
fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time.
Because Link can't swim for very long because it's his stamina goes
In the
low.
most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start.
You
Instead,
build
you'll
them.
be able to freely craft them on your own. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them.
Oh my
So
gosh.
try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure.
People are gonna have a heyday with that.
Take this building over here.
That takes every
Okay,
single...
watch this.
I mean, Breath of the Wild already... Oh.
Look, I passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you.
That's cool.
There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
Nice. So it doesn't... So you don't have to climb all the
This
time.
place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here,
Is that a baddie? It must not be.
come on.
So he's just like swimming through the rock,
Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill.
and now he's cold.
In the previous
Lord Daddy! Yeah, basically Zelda drones.
With a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example.
Yay! We don't have to sit and be thwarted by rain.
You know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon.
It has... Well, it
Some
fused
enemies
something
are
just
equipped
like
with fused
I did.
weapons, so
Yeah.
battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah, it blew me away.
Okay, so you are not the only thing that can fuse. You're not the only character that can fuse things.
Ah,
That is...
I got pushed off. Oh well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky.
You
to
would
the
become a
surface like this.
freaking popsicle
It
if
feels
you...
so good.
It feels so good.
In the sky,
Everybody
you'll
should
be
do
able
it.
to look out across the land.
Look how gigantic it is.
Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this.
You could not pay me enough money. No shrines, you're right. I didn't see any shrines.
And we're back on the surface.
I loved the shrines.
There's
I
still so
personally
many
thought the
things I'd
shrines were
like to show
great.
you, but let's leave it at that for now.
Holy cow.
What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you
Well, they'd
watching
have
this
to
play
be.
were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too.
Yeah.
In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible.
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts invented it before Zelda did. I never played Nuts and Bolts.
Show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you
Wow.
for watching.
That's insane. I cannot wait. I can't wait! I'm gonna cry! The 12th. Okay. I'm gonna cry when I actually sit down to, like, play it. I'm probably gonna cry. I am not planning on streaming Zelda Tears of the Kingdom because... Well, multiple reasons, really. Because it's too big of a game. And I feel like I would be playing it for months and months and months and months and months. I'd be streaming the same thing forever. And then, two, there are some games that are just, like, they're too close. They're too personal. Like, the Final Fantasy VII Remake was great, and I loved it. But I Fresh says, low battery indicator is confusing. I would plug in my Switch ASAP. That's kind of what I thought at the beginning. I was like, well, maybe that means I highly doubt his Switch needs to be plugged in, but there are certain games that have such a that I have such a personal connection with that it feels weird to stream them because I'm afraid like I'll cry or something. But ultimately, it's mostly because I just feel like it's too big of a game. There are some games that are just too, for somebody like me that only streams for, what, 2 hours every other day or whatever, even if I were to add an extra stream to my week, I don't feel like I would have nearly the amount of time. And I could play it off stream, but I also feel like when I stream games, I don't have the freedom to just run around and do whatever I want. As much as people say I do, I don't feel like I have that freedom to just kind of do whatever I want and take all this time to just explore and do kind of stupid things or whatever. I feel a slight sense of pressure when I have like an audience. And so I don't have plans to stream Tears of the Kingdom. I was going to ask you guys if you wanted me to stream the Horizon DLC, but the problem with that is that's a huge spoiler for people that haven't played Horizon Forbidden West. So I was going to keep the Horizon DLC and Tears of the Kingdom for me personally, and then I was going to stream other games. So, I mean, we can kind of like do a poll or something, but that's true. All that, and we still know next to nothing about it. Well, they did a good job because that shows you some of the new mechanics, but obviously they don't want to give away too much. They don't want to spoil too much because, I mean, everybody's so excited about it anyway. Like, can't wait to build my own Divine Beast and travel at 2 frames per second. Yeah, we're going to put together a whole Divine Beast. I'm just really curious, like, how the pieces got to be in the sky and why Hyrule is so different. Like, has another 100 years passed? Like, did we go back into the Shrine of Resurrection or whatever? Like, what happened? Like, how did all of that happen? I don't know. But I'm super excited about it. I don't know. I can't really even describe how I feel about it because I don't want to be disappointed, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to it so much. And like I said, I'll probably cry. Absolutely. That's just how I roll, man. Just an emotional person. And now it's back to the freaking Metroid Prime collecting artifacts. I am so excited, though. I just really hope we're not disappointed. I really, really hope. And do the Skylands have anything to do with Skyward Sword? That's a great question. See? So I remember seeing that the timeline of Zelda was that Skyward Sword was actually the first in the timeline. And then everything else happened after Skyward Sword. I don't know how much truth there is to that. It would make sense that everything started up in the sky, I guess. Or at least like Link's first thing started up in the sky. X22, how are you? Welcome! I feel like there's a secret in this place that I haven't gotten yet. I think so, yes. I hate this place. Anywhere where you have to deal with freaking obnoxious space pirates. And Metroids. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I have no idea. I don't pay super close attention to things like that because the reality is we don't know. Until Nintendo straight up comes out and is like, yes, Skyward Sword is the first part of the timeline. Have they? As far as I know, they haven't, but... Oh, I did this last time and it was great. Kind of, yeah. Took them both down super fast. Maybe they have, and I'm like, and I don't know, but as far as I know, and Groose is Ganondorf's great-grandfather. Fight me. You know what? I would not be surprised. If Groose is Ganon's great-grandfather, then but I thought Ganon was Gerudo. Gerudo, however you pronounce it. Skyward Sword is the beginning. Breath of the Wild is set near the end. You're gonna break out. I hate this room. There is an energy tank somewhere in here. I swear there's an energy tank somewhere in here. Can I just bust this open right now? Like, can I? Yeah. He's gonna go off and fight those space pirates for me. Using our environment. At least I think he is. Hold on. Yeah, go get him. What? That is so unfair! Oh, maybe he can't see them? That just occurred to me. Maybe he can't see them. Hello? This place. Oh, this place. This place is so obnoxious because it takes forever and you have to refight these guys every single time. Ugh. At least my baby went to sleep. That's good. She had a really hard time going down today. She was crying. She was so upset. She was very, very angry about lots of different things. And none that I knew of. She was just mad. And you know how little kids are. Like, they don't think they're tired and they don't want to go to sleep because they feel crappy and they feel sad. And you're like, I promise you, if you go to sleep, you will feel so much better. But I'm not tired. You're like, yes, you are. You're exhausted. And I promise you'll feel better. But they don't believe you. But every time, I've never been wrong. I've never been wrong. If you feel bad, just take a freaking nap. Take a nap. That is the answer to life's problems. Just take a nap. That is the best course of action. Okay. Whoa! Oh my gosh! It's too many! Too many. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Oh. I can't see anything! This is not where the... Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I'll have to take my... Go back to the regular visor. So we're searching for artifacts. I don't even remember how many I need. But we're searching for artifacts. Then we go to the temple. And then... Well... all hell breaks loose. He looks like a dude Gerudo. A Gadudo. I mean, you're not wrong. I guess he does. He looks Gerudo. He does look Gerudo. I don't know. So I've played through Skyward Sword multiple times, so I've given him the answer. I've given him like multiple answers. I've done like the playthroughs where, you know, you can choose different things. Like you choose the ghost over Pippet or whatever. Like who you give the love note to or whatever. I've played it all the ways. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm already all the way back at the beginning? No. I need the secret. Where's the secret? It's probably like further in. Gosh dang it all to heck. I gotta go back through all that crap. All for an energy tank? Is it worth it? Is Meta Ridley really gonna kick my butt that hard? Probably. How many energy tanks do I have? Oh, I'm only 2 away from having all of them. Okay, fine. Gross. You always have to tell him he has nice hair. Always. That is the way. You must tell him he has nice hair. Or something. Listen, I know Skyward Sword got a lot of flack. The controls were not great. They were a little cumbersome. I mean, Nintendo was doing its best with its newest console, right? Like, that was something that, you know, a lot of people really loved at the time. Was it cumbersome? Yes, it was. Was it a little obnoxious to deal with? Yeah, it kind of was. But ultimately, I really loved it. I thought it was great. They reused bosses that really bothered me. And like there were multiple bosses that you had to fight multiple times, which I felt was really cheap. But ultimately, I liked the kind of the different dungeon designs. I actually streamed Skyward Sword a long time ago, but I never actually finished it. I don't remember what happened, but I was streaming it. It is a little awkward to stream on the Wii because it you're moving around like right here and it would like hit my table. And This is my attempt at 100% Metroid Prime run. I highly doubt I'll get it. I always get to the very end of Metroid Prime and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna 100% this, and then I don't, and then I'm like, oh, you know what? No, I'm done. I'm ready to move on. And when you have like, and when other people are kind of relying on you to like make a decision about what game you're playing next, you kind of don't have the freedom. I mean, I guess you technically do if you really wanted to, but I don't feel like I really have the freedom to just be like, oh, I just really want to just run around and try and do this on my own without any sort of guide or anything at all. It's gonna take me forever, but it's fine. I don't think I've ever, no, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever 100%ed, so that was all a waste of my time. Cool, that's good to know. I don't think I've ever, oh no, lies. I've 100%ed one Metroid game and it was Metroid Prime 3. I did not stream the HD version. I wouldn't be opposed to getting that version. It seems a little hard to fork out the money for it when I technically already own it, but at the same time, I have heard that the HD version on the Switch fixes all those issues. They fix kind of the cumbersome like motion controls and all that stuff. And you know what? We're not even gonna, yes we are. We're gonna fight them because I need missiles. Wait, hold on. Can you guys, like, get together so you can explode each other? Because that would be great. I've heard great things about it. I never actually purchased it on the Switch for myself because I was like, no, I already own it. Like, I probably shouldn't do that. But I wouldn't be opposed to getting it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I liked the storyline. I liked Zelda. I liked the animation for the most part, but it was a little cartoony for me. But ultimately, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. Was it my favorite? No, it was not my favorite. I was the first one to play it out of me, my brother, and my sister. And it is pretty. The sword on the right stick is interesting. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being weird. That would take some real serious getting used to. I hate this place, and I hate that I just wasted all our time by going through all that and thinking I was going in the right direction. It is long. It's really long, and I actually kind of appreciated that because I like longer Zelda games because it gives you more stuff, and I think that's great, but it was really long. There were lots of dungeons. The only Zelda game I have ever played, you know what? No, I thought Breath of the Wild was really long as well. I remember in Twilight Princess, after you make it to the Mirror of Twilight, so you're in the Arbiter's Grounds, and you come up to the top and you meet those like kind of faceless, or no, they're like these really interesting kind of, I don't know, what are they? Not shrines. What am I thinking of? Sages, I guess. And they're talking about, you know, collecting all the pieces of the mirror. And then they name like 6 more dungeons for you to do. And I remember being so excited and being like, oh, sweet, this game is not even close to being over. I was so excited. And then Breath of the Wild was super long, you know, but Skyward Sword was really long too. I was really surprised. My biggest guff with what am I talking about? Skyward Sword was that they recycled bosses a lot. And I felt like that was just so stupid. And that the boss of the pirate ship was probably one of the biggest disappointments in any Zelda game I've ever played ever. It had so much potential, and they really just, it was done so poorly. I thought it was horrible. That was such a dumb boss. But ultimately, is it worth a play? Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I really liked it a lot. Oh, hello. Boom. Oh yeah, I forget. I can use missiles. Okay, there it is. It's over there. It's right there. So how do we get in there? I feel like you have to go through the... I feel like you need to go through the ceiling Or not? Or am I crazy? And last time I was here, I could have gotten it, but with like a super missile, maybe? Watch, that's it. And I could have gotten it wherever I go. Oh my gosh! That makes me so angry. I could have gotten this like weeks ago! Oh, dang it. Breath of the Wild was long, but it felt like I needed all that time to explore. Skyward Sword was long and felt long. To me, anyway. You know what? I think I'm with you. Like, Breath of the Wild, I wanted to explore. I wanted to look around, and, like, there were so many fun things to do. But with Skyward Sword, I did reach a point where I was like, okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm ready for this to be over. I'm ready for it to, like, end. But maybe that was also because they kept recycling bosses. So I was like, okay, well, this is stupid. Here we are, fighting the same boss for the 3rd time. I actually do like Skyward Sword, but it skates by on my love for Zelda. I loved it. I thought it was fine. I thought it was enjoyable, and it was fun, and it was kind of unique, and it was, you know, it was fine. But ultimately, was it one of their better Zelda games? No. No. Okay, I keep messing up my cameras here. My themes. Something. Oh, no. Can I not? Oh, dang it. Well, I certainly don't have very many, I feel like I got a lot of missiles back in that fight with those space pirates, but apparently not. Okay. My favorite Zelda game to date is Twilight Princess, and nobody can change my mind. I can't really explain exactly why it's my favorite, but it is absolutely my favorite. I love it. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect to me. Thought it was nothing short of perfection. And I was so sad to see it end. Oh, A Link Between Worlds was wonderful. I loved that one too. That one really caught me by surprise. I did not expect to love that one as much as I did, but that one is so underrated. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. The 3D element of the like the, what are they called? Dungeons? Was so, it was superb. I loved it. Absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend. Is it my favorite Zelda game? No, but it's a great one. I thought it was better than Skyward Sword, actually, if I'm being totally honest. Pick my baddies! Okay. I love this. I love the seasons, the Oracle series. The Oracle series is great. I loved. Haven't played the Link's Awakening remaster yet, or like HD or remake or whatever. Haven't played that one yet, but I do not want to waste all my. Let's just go. Let's just go. Just get out of here. I've actually never played the original Zelda. Like, the original Zelda. Oh, wow. Hello. Huh. Oh, I'm so limited on missiles. You know what? I think this is exactly where I need to be. I think. Have I scanned you yet? I have not. 10. Okay. That's good. I love Twilight Princess. I don't know if it was the time of my life it came in to my, like, I can't even really put my finger on it, but there was something about it that resonated with me that will never, like, Breath of the Wild is great, don't get me wrong. Breath of the Wild is actually one of my favorite games of all time, but it's so different from all the rest of the Zeldas that I almost feel like I can't really group it together with the rest of the Zeldas. I was given a hard time by somebody on Reddit or something because somebody asked me what my top 5 games were and I told them. And then somebody asked me what my top 5 or what my favorite Zelda game was and I told them. And somebody was like, that's stupid. How can you have, how can one of your favorite Zelda games be Twilight, or how can your favorite Zelda game be Twilight Princess, but one of your favorite games of all time? Oh no, this is not where I need to be. Is Breath of the Wild. And I was like, because they're very different games. I don't even really consider them kind of the same genre at all because they're so different. I mean, yes, Breath of the Wild is a Zelda, but it's so different. That's what you get talking to people on Reddit. Grandpa likes Zelda 1 and 2. Wish they'd do a remake of them both. I may actually buy a Switch then. Oh, you should get a Switch. YOLO! Switches are just... I don't know. I prefer my Switch because you can play everything handheld and I can play everything in bed, which is great. But I don't know, like the amount of games and everything. I mean, I guess all those indie games are all out on all the other ones as well. Like they're all out on Xbox and probably Steam and all that stuff. So I guess it's really not. Nowadays, it's more like you don't actually have to have a Switch in order to play all those games. But man, I love my Switch. I love my Switch. I remember I borrowed it from a friend of mine to play Breath of the Wild. And I remember legitimately just being like, I'm not gonna buy a whole new game console for one game. Yeah, right. And then when I played it, I remember I had played it. I think I'd made it halfway through the plateau before I was like, I have to get my hands on this game. I have to. Like, I can't not own this game. And that was right around the time, that was right when the Switch launched. And so obviously you couldn't find Switches anywhere. I managed to find mine on Facebook Marketplace by a guy that said he just didn't have time to play it. And he was, I was like, is there anything wrong with it? And he was like, yeah, no, nothing wrong with it. I just don't have time to play it, which, you know, I get. And I've had it ever since, and it's great, and it's treated me really well, and it's been fine, and I haven't had any issues with it. I did have some Joy-Con drift, but that was with, you know, I got some new Joy-Cons since then. I have a Pro controller. I haven't had any problems with it, so it's hard for me to jump on the bandwagon of getting, like, the OLED Zelda anniversary one or whatever, because, like, mine works fine, and as much as I'd love it, I don't really feel like that's really the way I should go about it. I don't know. Kaiser, did I say hi to you? I'm sorry if I didn't. I love Twilight Princess. I struggled with Dark Souls of the Wild and gave up. Breath of the Wild isn't for everybody, and I totally get that. I totally understand that. It's not for everybody. But I personally loved it. I thought it was great. I had never played a game like that before in my life. Like, I had never, ever, ever experienced an open world exploration game like that one. Never. That was shocking to me that you could just climb any mountain. You could go anywhere. There were no rules. You could go straight to Ganon. I'd never played a game like that. It totally blew my mind. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Were there parts of it that were frustrating? Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't this where I just came from? Nope. So I'm very excited to see what they do with Tears of the Kingdom. And I honestly hope it lives up to the hype. I really do. Because there is a chance that it won't. And we have to be prepared for that. Because Breath of the Wild, that's some really huge shoes to fill. Like, you know, I mean, I know that it's Nintendo's and that they should fill those shoes. But at the same time, like, it could crash and burn. It probably won't, but it could. I hope it doesn't. I really, really hope it doesn't. Because my poor heart couldn't take it. That OLED screen, I loved my Switch, but I really, really love my Switch OLED. Oh, so see, you got the OLED. Dadbod's pre-ordered one, the Zelda one. The OLED screen is a game changer. Did you get the Zelda OLED or the newly discounted regular OLED? Oh, see, now Straight to Ganon is the name of my 90s contemporary band. Straight to Ganon! Yeah, I remember my friend being like, yeah, you could go straight to Ganon right after the first part. You could just go straight to Ganon. And I was like, what? That just did not compute. It was, I could not understand how that would work. Oh, hello. Oh, what? Where am I going? Ah! Oh, where am I supposed to? Oh, all the way. Oh, okay. I understand. Got it. It's so hard to pick favorite games, though. I mean, really. It's really hard because there are so many good ones. It's like asking me what my favorite book is. I love so many books. It's almost impossible for me to pick a favorite. I guess you could pick your favorite genre, right? You can be like, okay, well, this is my favorite horror book, and this is my favorite... I would say Western, but that's stupid because I've only ever read one. And it was great, and I loved it, and it made me cry, and it was amazing. But would I have ever read a Western? Probably not. Jelly. I'm thinking about getting the Zelda Pro controller, but I just can't justify it, really. I know, that's right around Mother's Day, and I'm thinking to myself, hold on. I thought this was an artifact. Wait, I am so confused. I thought this was an artifact. Oh, I gotta go look back and look through my clues. Gee, dang it. Omicron. Persei 8. I am Lure from Omicron Persei 8. I hate that so much. I thought I was on my way to get an artifact. I mean, I guess I am also getting secrets, but wait, what? Vendrana's Edge. I'm sorry. Isn't that what it said in the lore? Logbook. Here we are. Artifacts. Which one is it? A tall cave stands at Vendrana's edge. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of spirit. Okay, so I am in the right place. The unseen entrance at the top? What? Okay. I'm assuming I'm gonna need this guy. Oh, wait, I haven't left the room yet. Hold on. Let me get out of this room. I was like, oh, there are like things on the walls I haven't even scanned. Nope, lies. Have scanned those, can confirm. Oh, it's over there. Maybe? I can't see that far. Okay. Okay. Unseen. Unseen entrance? What? You know what? I'm gonna put a bomb here anyway. Just because you never know. Okay, that was wrong. That was totally wrong. How about an easier question? Who's your favorite child? There's an episode of Bluey where Bluey makes... Oh, there it is! Bluey paints Bingo to look like her. And she basically talks about what it's like being Bluey. And she complains all the time, and she doesn't want to help out around the house and all this stuff. And then they decide to switch roles, and Bingo... Bluey paints herself as a big Bingo. And her dad says, oh, I could get used to this. And then Bluey gets her feelings hurt. And she's like, Mom and Dad don't love me. They only love you. And actually, there's a moment where Bluey's mom goes, oh, Bandit. Like after he says that, she kind of chides him a little bit because he knows it was the wrong thing to say the second he says it. And Bluey runs out of the room and she's crying, and the mom kind of sort of chides him a little bit and is like, Bandit. And he's like, oh, Bluey, I'm sorry. And then when both girls leave the room, he looks over at his wife and he's like, oh, but like, am I right though? Like 2 Bingos? And she's like, I know, right? Because kids are different. And I can honestly say Auden is already showing signs of being more organized and liking cleanliness more than Charlotte. Charlotte is perfectly content to just hang out in like a super messy room. Auden likes to clean up. She likes to put things away. And that's just kids' personalities, you know? The one that is asleep, that is my favorite child. The one that stays in their room when I ask them to. What Western did I read? Lonesome Dove. Oh. I've always wanted to read it again, but I don't have time to read, and I don't want to listen to the audiobook because the guy that narrates the audiobook is very, very... Okay, how do I put this gently? So when I recorded my audiobook, I was worried because I wasn't sure what to do about my breathing. Some people want audiobooks to be completely void of breath. I don't notice breath a lot when I'm listening to an audiobook, but some people, it really bothers them when they can hear the narrator breathe. And so I decided to edit out all my breaths unless I was actually speaking in like a quote. And you know what? I regret it. It was so much extra work and it was not worth it. I don't feel like it was worth it at all. So I edited out. I did get a plugin for my GarageBand that allowed me to like set a threshold, and anything below that threshold, it just got rid of it automatically. So I didn't have to edit out every breath, but it was a pain. It was a huge pain. The guy that narrates Lonesome Dove is very, first of all, he's very like, all right, you know, like super like really, really one tarnation, and I heard a snippet of it, and his breathing was so loud, and it sounds really stupid, but it was too much. It was just too much. He was so loud, and I just couldn't handle it. I could not handle it, and it sounds really silly, but that's the truth. So I need to read it again. It was wonderful. And then we watched the mini-series they made. I think it was on Netflix for a while, and I cried like a baby. Yeah, he sounded like Yosemite Sam. All right, you varmint! Yeah, he sounded like Yosemite Sam, for sure. And I couldn't do it. But the book itself, the story itself is wonderful, and I cried like an absolute baby when I watched the mini-series. It was one of the... And actually, where we live, we actually have an entire section of our city that is named after Lonesome Dove characters. We actually looked at a house on Blue Duck, but Blue Duck is the bad guy, so I was like, I can't live on Blue Duck! I can't do that! It really, like, went against everything in me. I was like, I can't do that. Luckily, we did not end up on Blue Duck. But yeah, we have a whole section of our city that's all named by, with, after Lonesome Dove characters. Lonesome Dove has Robert Duvall and Tommy Lee Jones. What's her name that played Morticia Addams? What is her name? What's her name? Not Morticia Addams. What is her name? Oh, she's got that beautiful face, that creamy white skin and everything. I can't remember her name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Morticia Addams. Whatever her name is. Angela Houston. Is it Angelica or Angela? She was great. And then I think it had... I can't think of who else it had, but anyway, it was great. It was awesome. And I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried when I watched the show. I sobbed. I sat on the couch and just cried my eyes out, and Ander just sat next to me and just let me cry. He didn't know. So what's funny is that, yeah, has a her after it. Yeah. And it sucks too because it's such a great book, and if they'd found the right narrator, I feel the same way about, what's his name? Scott Brick. I cannot stand listening to Scott Brick. He makes me want to punch a wall. I don't like the way he narrates, but he's so popular, and he narrates Jurassic Park, so I can't listen to Jurassic Park because he narrates it, and I can't stand it. I cannot stand the way he narrates. It drives me freaking nuts. I remember a Western series back in the late 80s, early 90s, but forgot the name. It started with a penny machine flip book thing of a train that faded into a real train. Been trying to find it again for years. Oh, I've never heard of that. You know where a good place to ask is Reddit. There are tons of people that find all that stuff out for you. Is everything a bit... Oh, what, the save point? I knew there was a save point here! I knew it! well shut my mouth and shove a crowbar up my nose. I swear. I remember coming into this cave and being like, I swear there's a save point around here somewhere. Everything a bit slower in Texas? You mean like with our drawls? Like our southern drawls? I wouldn't say so. So Andrew and I were just talking about this the other day because people, when they drive here in Texas, they like fly down the highways, but the second they hit a city, you do not mess with the city speed limits. No siree, Bob. People go so slow in the city. But they fly in the freeways, or on the freeways. Absolutely fly. I'm gonna incinerate you? Okay, he did. He did. Oh, he's also dead. Okay, all right. That's cool. That works for me. Works for me. My city is filled with speed cameras. Oh. Like, people in Texas do things with less urgency. No, you know who I have noticed does things with less urgency? And I'm not stereotyping here. We are in a congregation that has a very, very high population or a high number of Polynesian people. And I don't know what it is. The Polynesian people, they don't hurry for anybody. They just take their sweet time. And it's kind of frustrating sometimes because when you really want something to get done, don't ask them because they will take forever. And they're sweet and we love them. And we had a luau last year and they like roasted a goat or something or like a pig or something. Like best food ever. But they work on their own timeline. They do not do very well, or at least the people in our congregation. I don't know about others, but I think that's where I came in. There's a secret here somewhere that I have to use my plasma beam for. Island life. Yeah, I think so. I think that's true. I think there is truth to that. I do. Put down the shovel. I'm not trying to dig my own grave here. All I'm saying is the people I have dealt with in our congregation that I have tried to be like, okay, this needs to be done in a timely manner. Everything is just super laid back and there is no urgency whatsoever. I do believe I just found the last energy tank. Yeah! Look at that. Look at that. Stop talking. Why am I supposed to stop talking? Where's this go? Magmore. Whenever we go on island vacations, that's what everyone says. It's part of the culture in general. Yeah, like you can't take the culture out of the people. Why am I supposed to not be talking? You gotta whisper while sneaking. Okay. How many of these artifacts do I have? Stop talking about Polynesians. People might misinterpret what you mean. I'm simply speaking about the people I've dealt with. I'm not talking about all. I'm just talking about the people I've dealt with. And I love them to pieces. I love them dearly. And I would go out to any one of those islands in a heartbeat. I would love to go visit one of those islands, man. What am I doing? Logbook. Okay. I have 70%, 77% of items, 92% of scans. I don't think I'm going to hit 100%. Okay, I've already got them. This one's in Chozo Ruin. Oh, wait, no, lies. A shrine. Okay, wait. Magmore. A shrine in their honor holds the artifact of strength. I swear I already got that one, though. Didn't I? Okay. The room of research lies within the mines. Oh, that's right. We have to go back to the mines. Grove of Life lies. Reveal the pillar beneath the waves to find the archer. Okay, so that's in Chozo Ruins. No, lies. That's in Talon. Oh, I got that one. That's Chozo Ruins. Oh, got that one. I don't understand. I thought I scanned all the things. Did you guys not see me? I scanned so many, all the things in the temple, and I'm missing two clues. I have so many questions. I guess we'll go back to Magmore. Oh, sorry. Just took a picture. It's fine. Where's the button? Okay, we will go back to Magmore Caverns, I guess. I know where that room is. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait. There's a secret over yonder. Okay. I think there's a secret with the grapple beam, I believe. In this room? Oh, there's a guy. That's right. I remember now. Have I gotten this? I don't think I have. It's just some missiles. It's fine. How many... Can somebody tell me how many missiles there are to find in this game? Oh, secrets. Or scanning. The taming of Thardus continues. We're gonna tame a rock monster. Bearing unforeseen setbacks, it can be installed on Phazon Mine Patrol by Lotus Milestone. Okay, best of luck with that one. It's like you keep it in this place. No. I tell you what Polynesians are great at, and that's chicken nugget sauce. Man. Actually, one of my favorite restaurants in Utah. Utah's top food is actually what do they call it? I think they call it Polynesian cuisine. Stuff like Rumby Island Grill, which is like, you know, glazed chicken over rice and stuff like that. I think it's delicious. My sister can't really eat it anymore because it kind of upsets her stomach, but I love it. Every time I go to Utah, I'm like, please, can we go to Rumby? Tastes so good. Because it's not like the Asian kind of sweet and sour. It's different, and it tastes so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh. I certainly didn't mean to offend anybody if that's what happened. I haven't noticed Texans have less urgency than anybody. Except driving. They all seem to take forever with driving, and like, man. I can't, I don't understand it. I don't know. I feel like the driving here is crazy because we've got so many different people from all over the world. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're really far from that room. I'm offended you're worried about offending people. I mean, I was thinking about people with less urgency, and that's the experience I had. 250 missiles, 8 power bombs, says the interwebs. In my city, you get yelled at if you're slow. Maybe stabbed. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I feel like people drive slow here in Texas, but then on the, like I said, on the freeways, oh, people fly on the freeways. But the second you make it into the city limits, everybody slows down, and I've never quite understood that. And I mean, yeah, of course you have to slow down, but I've never understood the slowing down to like 20 miles an hour. That doesn't make any sense to me, but that's just me. And I'm from Utah, where there are not great drivers. That's coming from somebody that came from Utah where there were not great drivers, but that is okay. Austin, everybody slows down when it rains. You'd think it was freaking glue falling from the sky or like green paint falling from the sky, and people freak out about it. People are like, oh, I can't go out, it's raining. Like, so? People slow down to 10 miles an hour on the freeway when it rains. And I've never been able to understand that ever for the life of me. Ever, ever, ever. Drives me nuts. I don't understand. And people are like, well, haven't you heard of summer black ice? All the runoff from the cars makes it super, super slippery. And you can slide. I'm like, okay, well, maybe in the beginning, but it's been raining for 6 hours. I'm pretty sure the roads are no longer slick. Tickets are $100 if the speed camera gets you. Midley, how are you? Could be worse. You could be in Southern California in the rain when drivers spontaneously go insane because reasons. That's true. I could be in Southern California, and I am not. Is that where you are? Southern California? Oh, my condolences. I know that the traffic can get crazy there. Yeah, the driving in Texas is weird. It's not Florida, though. It's not Florida driving, which is good. I remember going to Disney World with my stepdad and my mom. The driving was insane. And my stepdad was a horrible driver. Oh, wait. Was that an artifact? Well, either way, we're going to go and check it out. I thought I'd already gotten it, but apparently I'm wrong. Okay, that goes to Talon. That's the room I'm thinking of. Here's the issue. Here the issue is roads ice over, then warm up and melt, then refreeze every night. So we can't drive on dry roads, so add ice, and yeah, that is true. That is a problem. Because I feel like Utah had that happen a lot as well. Like it snows, and then the roads freeze, but then they melt during the day, but they melt just enough, but the water doesn't really evaporate. So, oh, that was bad. That was really bad. And so then it just refreezes the next night. And then, yeah, yes, I've experienced that as well. See, we are in danger of freezing, you know, when our temperatures dip because we don't have any way to combat that. We just have to let it just, that's why the freezes are so bad for us. Everybody makes fun of us whenever Texas gets a freeze. They're always like, oh, somebody can spill an ice, you know, a cup of ice and Texas freaks out, close our schools. Well, we don't have any way to deal with iced over roads. We don't have salt trucks. We don't have anything like that. So it really is highly dangerous for you to go out on the roads because it's iced. And all we can do is just sit and wait for it to warm up. And if the weather doesn't warm up, we literally are just stuck where we are. We're just stuck in our homes. There's nothing we can do. So, we don't have speed cameras, but we do have the Blue Light Bill, the local policeman who tickets people for 57 and a 55. Got it. So Blue Light Bill is a person. I gotcha. I knew you were here. Give me my life. They need it. Good. So good. Totally fine. Where are you? I hear you. You're somewhere. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't even have to waste a super missile on you because this works just as well. That. I don't know where we'll go someday when we move away from the city we're in now. We don't want to put roots down here. We don't want to actually stay here for good. But I have no idea where we'll go. It really just kind of depends on Ander and his business and like what happens with that. I really don't know. I have no idea. But we don't want to actually put roots down here. We're not planning on staying here like long term. Yeah, it's over there. I swear I've done this. I know I've done this. That's too far. Oh. Is this timed? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, am I supposed to somehow superhuman make that jump? No. I love West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Come take me home, old country road. West Virginia. I think we've talked about North Carolina. Or no, I'm sorry, not North Carolina, South Carolina. See? I didn't get it? I found this room! What the hey? Okay. That literally makes 0 sense. I found this. Why did I not get it? I know I found this. I know I did. I drive the speed limit. That's all. Just the speed limit. Maybe a teeny bit faster, but not that much. I'm not a huge speeder, but I don't go under the speed limit either. Fan of just driving the speed limit, man. Just drive the speed limit. I actually don't know the Country Road song. I was guessing. I have no idea if I sang that correctly or not. Okay, we've done them all in Magmoor, so the only ones we have left to get are the ones in Talon and the ones in Chozo Ruins. Got it. May miss the watch party. My sister just decided to have her 50th birthday party Saturday. April Fool's Day. The jokes should write themselves. Wait, so like there really is a birthday party happening? 50th birthday party on April Fool's Day. These are the jokes. We'll miss you if you can't make it. I actually was thinking after we finish Avatar, the Avatar watch party, I was thinking we should do monthly. Oh, hold on. Where does that go? Oh, that goes to Fendron. Don't need to go to Fendron. I was thinking of doing a monthly watch party and having a different theme each month. Like, one month it's Studio Ghibli, and then the next month it's Cry Your Eyes Out, and then the next month it's sci-fi, and then the next month it's, you know what I mean? You picking up what I'm putting down here? You guys know what I mean. And then it's Disney or whatever. Speaking of Disney, have you guys seen the trailer for Elemental? Pixar's next. I think the story looks pretty, you know, Romeo and Juliet-ish, right? Like, you can't be together because you're different elements or whatever. But it looks visually breathtaking, and I will absolutely see it. Also, Charlotte is so excited about the Super Mario Brothers movie, so whether I want to see it or not, I'm taking her to see it. Okay, and then one watch party will be The Greatest Showman, musical day. And it will be that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what happened because everybody was like, oh my gosh, Susie, you of all people need to see that movie. And I was like, Tyler, are you going to see the Mario movie? What the thoughts? I will see the Mario movie. I'll take my daughter to see it. I will not lie. I probably am not, I'm not super stoked to see it myself, but simply because I'm afraid it's gonna be really bad. Oh, that was really, speaking of really bad, that was terrible. I'm afraid, you know, they have such big shoes to fill and so many expectations. Obviously, not everybody is gonna be happy, but my daughter really wants to see it. And so will I take her? Yes. Yes, I will. Trolls 3! I will probably also be taking my children to see Trolls 3. Woo! Chain's not thrilled. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like the story doesn't look... I mean, I could be wrong. Because I was wrong about Luca. I was totally wrong about Luca. I loved Luca. Is this where I need to go? Root Cave, Root Tunnel, Talon Canyon. Is all of Talon connected? Can you get to all the parts of Talon? Okay, yeah, you can. Because there's the Life Grove. There. Looks like we're making the trek. Actually, I think I only have one artifact to get here in Chozo, or in Talon. I think the other two are in Chozo Ruins. I think. Our grandson said last night he hates everything they did / changed for the Mario movie, but still has to see it. I think a lot of people will feel that way. I think simply because it's the Mario movie, I think it will get tons. I think it'll break box office records. Is it going to be great? I have no idea. It could surprise us. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm trying not to have expectations. As far as Elemental goes, it's the same kind of story. Like I said, it's a very Romeo and Juliet story. Like, you're not supposed to mix with other elements, blah, 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 blah. But it looks beautiful. And I could be wrong. Like I said, I was wrong about the story of Luca. I thought Luca was going to be some, like, male version of The Little Mermaid. And I was completely wrong. And I love Luca. So, I'll see it. Yes. And Charlotte wants to see it. So, obviously, I am bound. So, yes, I will be seeing that as well. Chances are it'll probably make me cry, you know, as they usually do. As far as the Mario movie goes, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, that's just Chozo Ruins. Maybe we should do Chozo Ruins. Have I seen Onward? I have seen Onward. I liked Onward. It wasn't my favorite. I really liked it, but I certainly did not think it was as good. And I liked the message of it as well, but I felt like, I don't know, it fell a little short for me. I really, really loved Luca a lot. And I loved Soul. I forget about Onward, to be honest. So that's probably your answer. I once had a job at a factory for making shoes for clowns, which was no small feat. Okay, wait. Chozo Ruins is over here. Where else did I need to go? There's a new one that looks like a spin-off of Luca? Not by Pixar. Oh, and then there's the live-action Little Mermaid. I don't even know if Charlotte knows about that yet. Pixar, historically, has been great at making cool characters that they translate to all kinds of media. Lately, they all just seem kind of one-off and forget and move on to the next movie. I do kind of agree with you. I feel like... Oh, I keep going to the options. Wrong. I feel like... Oh, I have 5 left. What? Okay, that's in the mines. That's in the grove. Oh, already have that one. Oh, I don't have the... hint. I think I know where that one is, though. Great Hall. Okay, that's Chozo Ruins. And then there's another one without a hint. What? Okay, Michael, you just finished this game. Did you find all the hints, or were you missing 2 hints as well? Because I've scanned all those totems in the temple. Multiple times. I think my favorite Pixar is Coco, and my second favorite Pixar is WALL-E. I wonder if that coincided with Disney's acquisition of Pixar. That could be. Maybe now it's just not the same. I missed 1 hint. They're actually out in the wild. The hints are? Oh, that's right. The Teenage Kraken. Okay, that I haven't seen that ad yet, but that is DreamWorks. And you're right, yes. For some reason, that actually reminds me weirdly of the animation in that one, because they have no noses. It reminds me a lot of Smallfoot. Smallfoot was done by Warner Brothers. I don't know if any of you saw Smallfoot, but it's actually... That was one of those movies I went in with really, really low expectations, and I was really, really pleasantly surprised. I thought it was great. I loved Smallfoot. We actually own it. Have I seen a Disney dog movie called Togo with William Dafoe? No, I have not. We're gonna go to Chozo Ruins, because we're here, where the elevator is. Oh, but I still have to go to... phase on that. And I really need... I really need missiles. Okay. Okay. I got this one, right? Yeah. I do not trust myself with that anymore because I swear I got the one in freaking Magmore, so we're gonna go check. Because I do not trust myself at all. I kind of go back and forth between Toy Story 3 and Inside Out. Both are letting go of childhood. Both wreck me. I do agree with that. I cry like an absolute baby in both those movies. Inside Out and Toy Story 3 get me every single time. There's nothing I can do to stop it. They get me every single time. So brutal. Oh my gosh. I remember, I don't recall being quite so well, gosh, maybe I'm wrong. I was gonna say, I don't remember being quite so wrecked by Toy Story 3 in the theater. No, I think I was. I was wrecked by both of them in the theaters. Both of them just wrecked me wholeheartedly. Move. Move. Please. Thank you. Oh gosh, I sobbed in Inside Out. That was right when Charlotte was like, I don't know, 6 months old or something. And seeing all those, you know, all those shots of her as like a baby or like a toddler, like running around with underwear on her head and stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was a mess. Absolute mess. I just thought it was a really beautiful, I thought it was a beautiful, okay, I did get this one. Yes. It was a really beautiful way of depicting childhood. And it was also, it was really refreshing to see a functioning family, functioning parents that were willing to like get down on the floor and cry with her and let her work through her grief instead of being like, oh, don't worry, it'll be okay. Like, we'll make it through this. That was so empowering to me. And I thought that was so well done and well put together. And I think that's what parents need to be for their kids. And then there was, of course, the whole scene with Bing Bong and take her to the moon for me. And I cannot. Up also makes me cry. I've only ever seen Up one time because I refuse to watch it any other times because I can't even handle the first 10 minutes. Can't do it. Nope, will not. So sad. Where is the Hall of the Elders? Where are you? Furnace. Hall of the Elders? Okay, so I need to go... not this way. I need to go up and around. Okay. Chozo, like, I love ya, but wow, your place, your ruins, your hangout is, like, so confusing. I love Moana, but the movie storyline or plot flies out of my head right after watching it. I loved Moana. I thought Moana was great. Moana is Anders' favorite Disney movie of all time. He loves Moana. He had a lot of, I think he had a couple, I think he had a couple Polynesian, missionaries that were a big part of his life when he was growing up. They were in his church congregation and they really, I don't know what they did in particular, but something about like that culture and the island kind of life and the island kind of culture really, really, affects Ander deeply. He loves just the camaraderie and the, like, everybody works together and everything is everybody's and everybody shares everything and there's no, I don't know. He tried to explain it to me one time and he got really, really choked up about it. But he loves Moana so much. He just said, I have so much respect for that culture because, you know, look at her people. Like, they all share everything and everybody has a role, everybody has a job to do, and they all do it and they're happy. And I think that's a really beautiful way to live. He was very, 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 very touched by Moana. I love Moana too, but it didn't affect me quite in that way. The only thing that's ever made me cry at a movie theater are the concession stand prices. That is true. Please don't kill me. I should have killed you early on. Oh, I can jump over there. Moana is hit and miss for me. The grandmother reminds me of my own grandmother, and I remember hearing most of the stories featured in Maui's You're Welcome song. I loved Moana. I thought it was great. For a long time, Charlotte couldn't watch Moana without me having to fast forward through the grandma dying scene because it made her so sad and she was just very shaken up by that. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved Moana. I thought it was really well done. I love the music and everything. To be totally honest, I do not feel like Lin-Manuel Miranda has... Is that right? Did I get his name in the right order? I don't feel like he's had the same... Any of his other stuff, even Encanto, I don't feel like had the same magic that the Moana soundtrack did. We Know the Way from Moana is one of the best Disney songs out there. My opinion. As long as they don't need to be somewhere on time. Well, and not all of them, I'm sure. But you know, that's... And that also kind of comes from Ander being Bishop and like needing things done. And just, there's just never any sense of urgency. And that can get frustrating, you know? But I've also met people that don't come from that culture that have no sense of urgency. My mother-in-law is one of them. My mother-in-law is always late, perpetually late. She cannot be anywhere on time. And I love her, but that is a problem sometimes. I just feel like my time is not valued. And that there's just never, it's just not valuable. So, we love Moana around here. Charlotte went through a period where she really, really loved Moana. I really liked Moana and Encanto. The direction they've taken of showing other cultures with new original stories. I agree. I really liked Encanto. I cried in Encanto. Oh gosh. Man, did I cry in Encanto. Cried in that one. I don't think I cried in Moana. I did cry in Toy Story 3. I cried in Coco. Cried in pretty much every Pixar. I cried in Luca. Luca really, really hit me. I don't think I cried in Moana. I think I was okay. Oh, you know what? There is a secret in here. So, let's do this. Who knew that the Chozo were so angsty? I mean, I guess I would also be angsty, but they're angry. They're mad about it. What other movie made me cry that was kind of surprised me? I don't even remember if it was Disney. Oh, was that it? That was all. Oh yeah, Up is like, I remember taking Ander to see that, and both of us were like just sobbing puddles within the first 10 minutes. And I remember looking over at Ander, who is not a crier. He's become more of a crier since we had kids. Like, that just happens naturally. But, yeah, I look over at him. I'm crying, and I look over at him, and I'm like, are you crying? And he was like, shut up! Don't look at me! Ah! I think it's more, you get married, you become a little more emotional, and then you have kids, and you become really emotional. I don't know if Inside Out affected him so much. I know Inside Out affected my brother a lot. My brother has a teenage daughter, or I guess she's in her 20s now, but... Oh. But yeah, Inside Out totally wrecked me. I don't know. They do a good job of that. Did I cry in Big Hero 6? I don't remember if I cried in Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 was great. Loved Big Hero 6. I'm trying to think of other Disney movies that have made me cry. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of... Oh, Drat! All the Drats. Shout out to Momo. Yeah, that whole scene where, you know, Bing Bong disappears and everything. Yeah, it is. It's about letting go of your childhood and growing up, and, you know, and then you think about that, like, for your kids, and you don't want your kids to grow up. Ugh, it's hard. It's really, really hard. I feel, and actually, Toy Story 3, I feel like the scene in Toy Story 3 that did me in the most was actually in the incinerator. It wasn't the very end when Andy's, like, playing with the toys with, what's her name? Bonnie or whatever. It was the incinerator, because that scene was so heartbreaking. And why can I not do this? What is the... Okay, scientifically... Where do you release the power on a half pipe like this? Is it on the way up or is it on the way down? Because I feel like I'm really struggling. I did it once before. Why am I struggling so hard? On the way down? I need to save up my power more. I'm like tensing up. I can't do this. Tadashi is here. Well, there's that scene where he's really mad and he's all angry and he's trying to get Baymax to open up his thing, and that's when Baymax says Tadashi is here. And then he watches the film, like he watches the video, right, of Tadashi and everything, and how he says, I'm not giving up on you, right? And then when all his friends appear and he's like, I'm sorry, and then Go-Go grabs him and just hugs him. I don't think anybody had really done that since everything happened. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe Aunt Cass had. But there's just that really sweet moment where... And the fire and everything. Yeah, everything. I love Big Hero 6. It's probably my favorite. Disney movie, to be totally honest. Why can I not do this? I'm so frustrated. My body is so tense. Ah! On down? Wait. You have to release it on the way down? I cried 5 minutes into Ghostbusters 2016 when I realized there was another hour and 52 minutes. Oh, I know what else makes me cry. Lord of the Rings. My friends, you bow to no one. So bad. Every single time. I hate this so much. I can't do this. I did it before. This half pipe is dumb. On the way down? Okay, that didn't work. Down? Okay. Down. 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 You guys watching me struggle? I can't do this. I hate this so much. Release it when you're a quarter of the way down the half pipe. That is not working for me. I just did this. How did I get up there? Ah! Now I'm all flustered. This should not be this hard. This is where we live now. Susie's never beating the game because she can't get up this one. Oh, Secondhand Lions is wonderful. That was another one I went into thinking this is going to be bad. This is not going to be great. I love Michael Caine, but you stooped low on this one, buddy. And I loved it. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I feel like I can get more air on this side than I can on the other. I don't understand how science works, apparently. I thought you were supposed to use it more going up. Okay, cool. Just put a bomb. It's great. Maybe if I move over here. Like if I hate this one because it's flat at the bottom. It's not actually... And I feel like I can't get any higher than that. How did I do this before? Oh, so close. I can't do this. What is the secret in this room? It's not an artifact. It's literally just like a power bomb or something. Maybe it was 3/4 on the other side. I thought I remember. This should not be this hard. I put the yakety sax music on so you could carry on for another 2 minutes. I would appreciate it. Is that the music that goes... that they do for like silly montages? Oh, this is so frustrating. I hate this half pipe. I don't think I've ever struggled so hard with a half pipe, honestly. Am I supposed to like... Am I supposed to like... Oh, that was so close! So safe. Whenever I hear that music, it actually just reminds me of V for Vendetta. When he brings like the fake Chancellor on his show. And then he gets body bagged or whatever. Black bagged? Black bagged. One of Creedy's black bags. That was so close! Ah! What is wrong with this game? Now I'm so worked up. My cheeks flushing. Ugh. That is very, very much how I feel right now. This should not be that hard. Ugh. I don't understand. Like, I just had it. I got up there. I hate this puzzle. I'm not doing this right now. I hate it. I'm getting so worked up and mad. Where am I going? Hall of the Elders. Let's go! Ah! Gotta go get Charlotte in 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Let's do this. I hate that puzzle. I need to sleep on it. Wait on it. Maybe if I hit... Oh, man. I was gonna hit all of you. Oh my gosh! I don't like this place! I don't! I'm so mad about it! Like, I had it once, and then I die, or I fell off because those stupid little things. Whatever those things are. I'm so mad. Did that? Okay. Go away, everybody. I'm just mad. So mad right now. So angry right now. I'll avenge your hand and your beautiful foot. Your beautiful hand, that's what it is. I'll avenge your hand, your beautiful hand, and your beautiful foot. I'll chop off the wings of every dragon I fight with my face. Oh, this gives me missiles. That is another one of my favorite animated movies, actually, is How to Train Your Dragon. I love How to Train Your Dragon. Like, probably more than I should. I think it's wonderful. It was so magical when I first saw it, the magic of the dragons, and I loved Hiccup, and oh, I just loved it. The huge dragon fight at the end, like, you don't even know. Before you go in there, and when you see that giant dragon, it is absolutely unreal. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. Loved it. Second one and third one were okay, but I loved How to Train Your Dragon so much. Okay. I saw How to Train Your Dragon in 3D in the theater, and it was the first time I saw 3D done right. Yep. I didn't see it in 3D, but I remember those scenes that they did specifically for 3D. Like when the... What is it? What do they call it? The monstrous nightmare, I think they call it, or something. And when he like pops up over the side at the very beginning, when Stoic is up there and like all the flames coming out of his nose, I remember my sister being like, "That's what they did for 3D," because I didn't actually see it in 3D. I love How to Train Your Dragon. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved Hiccup. I thought it was almost a perfect animated movie. I loved it. Them flying in on dragons, and that Hiccup was the one that like saved every... Oh, I loved it. Fabulous. Not coming into your face, but like looking into a shadow box. Yes. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard that the 3D was done really well for that one. We actually just watched Despicable Me the other day for the first time in like forever. And they have a whole section at the end during the credits where all the minions are putting like ladders out into the camera. And Charlotte was like, "What are they doing?" And I was like, this was for 3D. But 3D never really took off. So it's kind of useless now. Toothless was designed by the same guy as Stitch. You know what? I could see that. I loved Toothless so much. I loved How to Train Your Dragon. I think I saw it in theaters twice in the same week, I think. Okay, let me check where the bus is. Hello? Oh, hasn't even left yet. Oh, that's because it's not syncing. It says it was at the school at 2:51 p.m., but it is now 3:08 p.m., so it's probably like in my neighborhood almost. I hate that secret so much. So angry right now. Let me close that out. Reopen that up. Let's see if this will redo it. The mom of one of Charlotte's friends in our neighborhood gets really nervous if I'm not right at the bus stop, but I can be like walking up to the bus stop, but she doesn't see me because the bus comes up and I can see her like go around the bus and she gets really, really anxious, which I appreciate. But at the same time, I'm like, I got this. Like, I'm okay. Okay, I'm going to go to my be right back screen. I'm going to go get Charlotte from the bus and then I'll use the bathroom really quick. So I'm going to, I have words on stream set. There will be a 90-second ad that runs, but that's just to disable pre-rolls. But I'll go to my be right back screen, do words on stream with you guys and for you guys, and then I'll go get Charlotte and I will be right. So essentially I will be right back shortly. Hopefully. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, question. Oh, whoops. That was not supposed to be there. I see Alex, how are you? Oh, and Jay! I see Jay up there. Good to see you, Jay. So somebody typed exclamation point continue. Can I, Alex almost typed a bad word. Can you, like, oh, it's still happening. Can you like control the continue, like, can you make the game go on with a chat command? Because I would absolutely enable my mods to be able to do that. Ugh. I don't want to go back and try that freaking thing again. Host has to enable the feature. I'll have to look into that then. Okay, how did I get in here again? And what are the... Okay, wait. Logbook. Okay, so there are 2 more. Okay. Oh, that's in the Grove. Okay. Oh, but that's on Talon. Those are the 2 that I don't have things for. Okay, wait. A room of research lies within the mines. A corrupted invader is trapped there. Defeat this creature to claim the artifact of warrior. I don't remember that one, but obviously I have to delete an elite. I have to beat an elite. Things for new command. Okay, I can think of where one artifact is that I don't have in the Phazon Mines that I don't have a clue for, but I can't remember the last place. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm good today. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. I'm frustrated about this dumb, and I have to wake my baby in like 10 minutes, so let's go try this dumb secret again. Reflecting pool. That goes to Talon Overworld. Okay, well, we do need to go to Talon Overworld. Yep, can confirm. I don't remember. Okay, I'll look into the settings and see if I can't get it to be able, for you guys to be able to continue. I didn't know that was a thing, because I'm happy to do that. Whoops, 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 whoops. I just have it on auto, and I thought that was the only option, but if I can have you guys, like, to... It's Cage! I am for, like, 10 more minutes. I gotta go wake Bubs. She was very upset when she went down for her nap today. She's gotten in this habit where she wants to say goodnight to everybody before she goes to sleep. And I think part of what made her mad was the fact that Ander was here. And then he left while we were reading stories. And so she wanted to say goodnight to Papa, like he was going to work. She wanted to say goodnight to Papa, but he was gone. And she was devastated. And she really wanted to say goodnight to him. And I was like, he's gone, Bubby. Like, I'm sorry. She was so upset. So upset. So, but I can't do this puzzle. I cannot do this half pipe, and I'm mad about it. Get up like a baby. I cannot do this puzzle. I hate it so much. Yeah, she couldn't say goodbye to Papa, and she was very upset about that. I can't. Okay, I'm apparently not the only one. Oh, I get so close, and then... I don't understand. Makes me so mad. I got up there once. Right in the corner of the half pipe. Oh, that was so close. Don't die now. Don't get hit now. Corner. Curve. Curvature. Okay. Okay. Tried for so long and I couldn't do it.
I understand.
Okay. Don't do it. Don't over correct Samus. Oh yeah, okay. Crisis averted for now. This camera angle is terrible. That camera angle would have been really nice. Thank you. All this puzzle needed was a little Cage magic, apparently. Cage, one of my favorite people in the whole world. I miss Cage. I was kind of hoping we might be able to have a get-together come, like, May-ish with my siblings, but I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately.
We came here to burgle
I
your
knew
turrets.
it was probably... It was, oh, just some missiles. Missiles. Okay, now here is the question. I guess I don't necessarily want, I don't know where the other two hints are, but I don't necessarily want like the straight hint, but have I gotten all the artifacts in the Chozo ruins? That's my question. I got one in the Hall of Elders, and then I got one... Where was the other one? Oh, in the... yeah, that place. That big place, like underwater. Oh, no! Oh, wait. No, that's Talon. Never mind. This place. Yonder. Tower of Light. Boro! I have a confession that I would like to make. I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned myself around. If only getting rid of addictions would be that easy. How are you, Boro? It's good to see you. I checked my logbook, but I've missed 2 hints, and I can't... I scanned all the things... I know, but I scanned all the, like, totems from the temple, and I'm still missing 2. I know where one of them is. One of them is in the Phazon mines. Okay, wait. What is the fastest way for me? Oh, I did not need to go this way. Where does this go? Talent? Yeah. Okay, that's right. So I need to go back the way I came, which is awesome because I just beat those dumb Chozo ghosts. I love that one. Who was it? I think it was one of Charlotte's little friends. She came over to play and she was like, why do chickens cross this? Why are chickens so funny? Or no, I think she said, why did the chicken cross the road? Because! And I was like, that was very good. It was very good. Very good. 10 out of 10. I highly recommend. Because we've actually talked about getting baby ducks. I don't want chickens. See, this is a proper half pipe. If I do say so myself. Does that hurt you? Nope. Just makes you not be able to go anywhere. Yeah, wow, so much better. I get a lot of chuckles and a lot of that's stupid comment from that. No, it's great. I love dad jokes. Yeah, we've talked about getting ducks, like baby ducks, and just... I'm sorry, did I not kill you? That's what I thought. Yeah. Because Ander had ducks when he was younger, and he loved them, and I thought the girls would have so much fun with them, but technically they're not allowed as pets in our city. No, like, farm... birds are.
Yeah, because I had just...
And
like, accusing Michael so adamantly.
then I went to my friend's house, and she has a whole chicken coop in her backyard. Now I get it. Chickens lay eggs. They have a purpose, right? I guess technically you could use ducks for the same thing, but I don't know if I have the mental capacity to take care of ducks right now, but it sure would be fun. We could put some chicken wire up across like a quarter of our yard from fence to fence and just have little ducks out there. The girls would love it. Auden was obsessed with the chickens. They had chickens and then they had some baby chicks in their garage and they were so stinky and smelly and messy, but she wouldn't leave the garage. She loved them. And I don't blame her. Like, emotional support bowels. Yeah. Chickens are way more useful. I know that. I know. Okay, we're trying to go to the Life Grove, and this is not the place for it. Nope, this is so far from the Life Grove. Where's the other... Oh, it's here. I think so. Great Tree Hall. That's to Phazon Mines, yes? Okay. Well, we have to come back to Talon to go to the temple anyway. So I might as well go to Phazon Mines. And you get a peacock. There was a news story where someone tried to get on an airplane with an emotional support peacock. I do remember seeing that news story. And I do remember being on the side of everybody else. I'm sorry, but an emotional support peacock... Listen! Technically, any pet could be called an emotional support animal. That's why we get pets. But that doesn't mean you should be able to bring them on an airplane or whatever if they're not trained. There's a difference between an emotional support animal and a pet or an emotional support animal and an actual like medical animal. My mother-in-law has claimed many times that her daughter's dog that they found off of Craigslist is a diabetic alert dog. No, it is not. They found it on Craigslist. It hasn't been trained. No, it is not a service dog at all. But because of the rules around service animals, you can't ask anybody questions. And so people have taken that and they have used it to their advantage. And now anybody can bring a dog in anywhere and just be like, well, it's my emotional support animal or whatever. Okay, yeah, sure, fine. But my dog is technically an emotional support animal too, but I wouldn't bring her on an airplane because she'd be a mess on an airplane. Are you kidding? Just because, like, that's what a pet is. I don't know. I have really irritated, like, I get really irritated with that mentality because they ruin it for the people who really actually need support animals. Because it's just people going, well, this is my emotional support peacock. Are you serious? No. No, I'm sorry. There's a difference between a cat makes me feel good and a seeing eye dog. I agree, 100%. They are not the same. Like, I love my dog, and I'd love to travel with my dog, but I can't travel with my dog because she's insane. But does she make me feel good? Yeah. And is she sweet and super loving? Yes. But that does not mean she should be able to come on an airplane simply because she's a dog. Susie's my emotional support streamer. I can go with you in your pocket. On your phone. Life Grove, anybody? Maybe? Question mark? Yeah. Oh, I guess the Life Grove and Phazon Mine elevator are in the same area. Yeah, I don't know where that other artifact is. I swear I got an artifact here, but I guess not. Beneath the waves? Okay, maybe... Okay. So that has to... Buttons. Susie Grace is my spirit animal. That is some of the highest praise. Be spirit animal. Spurt. Okay. So I am going to throw this out there. And I will post this on Discord. And I hope this doesn't, like, make anybody mad. Oh, I heard it. It was under the water. Obviously, if this isn't your thing, that's fine. But every 6 months, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has something called General Conference. It's a worldwide church broadcast. And it is where the 12 apostles and the prophet, among other people, all speak on different, I don't know, different topics. And it is literally one of the best weekends out of the year. It's one of my favorite weekends. I love General Conference weekend. It's live on YouTube. I'm going to post the link on my Discord. If anybody wants to tune in, feel free. It's just goodness. It really is. It's just goodness. Just makes you feel good. Brings that was. It really honestly makes my house just feel better. And so I am going to post the link on my Discord. And obviously, if you aren't interested, that's fine. I don't mean any like hate or anything. I'm just going to post it there for anybody that wants to check it out because it's a really wonderful, wonderful weekend. Very, very uplifting. It's got music from the Tabernacle Choir. It's great. Great music. I'm in the right spot. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I'm just going to sit up here. No, I'm not. I'm going to... Oh, I made the jump too fast. Oh, I got to go wake my baby. No, stay right there. Oh, dang it. Darn. What are you doing over here, buddy? Like, you're just aiming at nothing. Are you serious? I am wasting missiles left and right. You know what? I'm just going to sit right here. They can come to me. Oh, it's because I'm using ice. I was like, I'm sorry. Did I not hit you? Ooh. Conference and WrestleMania in the same weekend. Ooh, choices. Conference is on Saturday and Sunday. I'm still planning on having the watch party on Saturday at the same time, even though technically that's going to cut into conference. But on Sunday, yeah. So it's on Saturday and Sunday. And it's just wholesome. It's just good. It's really good. It always makes me feel better. I always try to have a project I work on during conference because I'm sitting there with the TV on. And it is hard when you've got little kids. Like, it definitely is, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, you're right. They can only get hurt by the power beam. And I was shooting an ice beam. And I was in the X-ray vision, so I didn't know. I needed to hide my eye rolling when someone would come in with their untrained pocket dog with their vest they got on Etsy and claim their emotional support animals should be allowed everywhere and get upset when people disagree with me. See, that was how my sister-in-law was doing things. She made her own animal support vest and put like lace on it and like frills on it. And she'd carry her dog. It's like a little Pomeranian mix. She would carry the dog around like a baby. And if people wanted to pet it, she'd be like, sure, you can pet my dog. And I was like, no, a service dog is working and they wear those vests for a reason. You can't just say, like, your dog cannot tell when you're going to have when your blood sugar's low. Are you kidding? You bought it off of Craigslist. No, that is not a service dog. That may be an emotional support dog, but Tara, oh no. My other, and her sister. Tara doesn't have an emotional support animal that I'm aware of. Oh. Other side? Huh. Is there like something I have to scan here? There's gotta be. What am I scanning? Do I have to find... I can hear it. Do I just go down? Oh, do I just like put a bomb on that spot? You know what? I bet I do. Just a bomb. Look in the other. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Spinner. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Both have steel chairs. Wait. Any special guests at the conference? I mean, it's kind of they're doing a lot of work on the Salt Lake Temple, and so I think attendance is pretty limited. But no, they're not really going to have any special guests per se, but I guess technically if you how do I get up there? Can I just make that jump from the water? No. I guess I have to go all the way up there. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year because Ander has no meetings, so he's home with us all day. And because it just makes me feel good. Just brings a lot of positivity into my life. It's like, just gives me a boost, you know? I know. If anybody's going on vacation, yeah, I'll put on a vest, an emotional support vest. I'm an emotional support streamer. Does that count? Yeah, we had ladies that would come into like the salon and they'd be like, well, this is my emotional support chihuahua. I'm like, chihuahuas can't emotionally support anybody. They can't even emotionally support themselves. Please. We're a salon. Like, come on. And then we had one lady that tried to bring in, well, she did. She brought in this giant, freakishly hairy dog. And she was like, well, he's my son, my autistic son's service dog. And I'm like, where's your son? She just brought him in because she wanted people to ask questions. He was really good, but he was so huge and hairy, and he was like, it was not a good situation because, like, you never know, like, who's, hey, D. Scheidler! You never know who's, like, allergic to dogs or whatever. Like, you can't, no. Oh, I do have to go up there. Okay, I'm gonna go up there, and then I'm gonna have to sign off because I gotta go get my baby. It's 3:40. Let me go grab her. Hold on. Yeah, dogs. Yes, I was like, somebody's gonna come in this conversation and be like, what is she talking about? Let me go grab her. Here she is, little sleepyhead. Ah. Yes. Susie has issues with Polynesians and service animals. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Nope. No. Liar. Liar! Also, if I remember correctly, that dog was a little female dog. Liar! That dog was a little female. You liar! Yeah, and I think it's in like dog breed animals that are service. Yeah, no, it's. I was talking about the people that we have had in our church congregation that just don't really are never rushed. Like they're super laid back, and there's never any like or sense of urgency. Uh-oh. Oh! It's because you're chewing on your blanket. What? Don't open your mouth. No, she loves to chew on fabric. She'll chew on her shirt, chew on her blanket. Crazy. I certainly didn't mean anything by it. I was asked if Texans ever were like had any sense of like, or didn't have a sense of urgency, like Texans just take things slow. And I said, I haven't noticed that about Texans, but I have noticed that about some of the Polynesian people in our church congregation. But I certainly didn't mean any offense by that. I was just saying what we have dealt with in our church congregation because the subject had been brought up. Obviously, I would never say that a people as a whole, that's just how they are or whatever. So no, I do not have any issues with Polynesians or what was it? Emotional support animals. Every pet is considered an emotional support animal. Yeah, just super laid back, and that's what we have experienced, but and I certainly don't think there's really anything wrong with that. Okay, I'm looking at emotes. Probably because they grew up in the most chill culture ever. I went on a mission. If I went on a mission, I would have wanted to go to Japan or Samoa. Yeah, we have a lot of Samoans in our church congregation. Okay. We're gonna go down here. Wait. Yes. Oh, it's beneath me. See? Makes sense. Okay, we're gonna go to Phazon Mines. You can say the culture is easygoing, but it can be misinterpreted as saying Polynesians are lazy, which would not be a nice thing to say. Oh, no. I would never say that they are lazy by any means. No. They're very just laid back. And they're, you know, we were talking about a sense of urgency. I'm not talking about being lazy by any means, because they always come through. They just don't do it in as timely of a manner as sometimes people would like. I certainly would never call them lazy by any means. They're super hard workers. And if you look at like the movie Moana, no, there's nothing lazy about that culture at all. But they do tend to be a little more laid back than somebody like me. When I get a task, I'm like, okay, I gotta like make lists and I gotta do all this stuff and everything. I'm not saying that that's the right way to be either by any means. RKO? Polynesian landing RKO on a service animal. I don't know what RKO is. Okay, let's get to a save point, baby girl. Ugh. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you back there. Well, I mean, what about Texans? Like, what are we saying about Texans? If Texans are slow to do things, does that make Texans lazy? I mean, it can be handled both ways. Like, we were just talking about a sense of urgency, and I don't know. I guess there wasn't really a, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking myself into a deeper hole, but all Jay has me thinking is when the prophet gets on the mic and then one by one apostles come in Royal Rumble style to grab it. That would definitely be a sight to see. Definitely be a sight to see. Are we just snuggling? Yeah, we had a hard time going down, but it's okay. RKO in Discord. Got it. I'll check that. Okay, my little love. My little darling. Will you let me go get another artifact? Yeah, Sissy's there. Yeah, but she just closed her door. Yeah, she closed the door. Are you gonna snuggle with me a little bit more? Can I go get one more artifact, or are you boss now? I am queen, baby. There's a book called King Baby. Highly recommend. It's great. It's by the same comic artist that did Hark a Vagrant. And she did the Princess and the Pony, which is also great. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. Maybe something like that could potentially have happened at the priesthood session, but we don't have the priesthood session anymore because all these women got upset because they weren't invited to go. And so then they said, okay, well, you have to let us in. And then they went and like basically stood outside the priesthood session and got angry. And so then they did away with the priesthood session and the women's session. And then the women were like, oh, wait, no, we still want our session. We just want to be able to come to the men's session. And so then they just brought back a regular session for everybody. And so now I have an extra session I have to go to, all because a very small group of women were offended because there was one session for men and one session for women. And they wanted to be able to go to both. Which I find totally insane. I'm sorry, but you get your session, the men get their session. You should not sit there and be like, well, this isn't equality. No, you don't want equality. You want superiority. You want to be able to do whatever you want to do, but you don't want other people to be able to do what they want to do. That's not fair. I get angry every time conference weekend rolls around because I'm like, great, now I have an extra session I have to go to because a small group of women pitched a fit. Yes.
This is the guy that I was talking about last time.
Okay, can you show me when I'm done? I'm almost done.
It's very funny. It's
So-
in the treasure house. It's not in the treasure house.
That's right. It's not in the treasure house. So, it's like, okay, so maybe, well, here's the thing though. The priesthood session is always is printed out in the church magazine and put on the church website, just like the women's session is. So it's not like they're saying anything that we don't know or that we're missing, you know. But having a priesthood session for the men and having a women's session for the women, I feel like that was equality. But there was a small group of women that got really upset because they felt like they should be allowed to go to the priesthood session, but they didn't want men to come to the women's session. So there's that. And so there are 4 sessions in total. There's 2 sessions on Saturday, and then there are 2 sessions on Sunday. And then there's always been either the men's session or the women's session on the Saturday night. But then because they pitched this huge fit and they said, well, we want it, and they stood outside the conference center and tried to get inside and caused all sorts of mayhem, the church was finally like, okay, well, we're going to do away with these extra sessions altogether. And then those women pitched even more fits and said, no, we want our women's session, but we want to be able to go to the men's session too. And so they were like, okay, well, we'll just have an extra adult session for everybody, right? Everybody's happy, right? So now I have one more session I have to go to. So there are 5 sessions. And each one is 2 hours long. So Saturday it goes from, let's see, in Texas, wait. In Utah, it goes from 11 to 1, and then there's a 2-hour break, and then it goes from 2 to 4. And then the priesthood session always started from 6 and went from 6 to 8. So wherever you live in the world, you know, those are the times. Those are the Mountain Standard Time. And so now, there's just 5 sessions in total that all the adults are invited to go to. And I remember living in Utah when the priesthood session happened. We loved the priesthood session because all us ladies got together and we all went out to dinner together. I remember working the restaurant scene in Utah at that point, and we always knew when it was conference weekend because all the men would come out together. All the women would come out in droves with all their babies and their strollers and their kids, and they'd fill up every restaurant in the city because all their husbands were at the priesthood or the men's session. And then the women would all leave, go home, take their babies home, put their kids to bed. And then after the priesthood session was over, all the men came out in droves and came out and got food. And I always had a really good time. I went with I was always out with my friends, and we always went out and hung out together. We'd have parties that night because all our husbands were gone. So we all hung out together, with our kids and stuff. And now we don't get to do that because now we have an extra session, all because a very small group of women shouted the loudest and freaked out about it. And I'm sorry, but I think that's ridiculous. I literally never have been like, man, I really wish I had an extra meeting to go to. No, I don't need an extra meeting to go to. I go to meetings all the time. Ugh, so irritating. So anyway, there's my spiel about that. And it only sort of makes sense if you're a member of the church. It doesn't really make sense if you're not a member because conferences, a lot of people are like, what? 2-hour sessions? That's insane. And it does sound like a lot, but it is the most spiritually uplifting weekend, and I love it. And my whole house is filled with just good vibes, and I really love that. Do I need an extra meeting? No, I don't. I go to church every Sunday. I go to general conference, which is a whole bunch of meetings, like a whole bunch of like, that's twice a month. I go to like planning meetings for the responsibility I have in planning activities for the women's organization in my church congregation. Ander is in tons of meetings. I did not need a 5th session of conference. I hope they're happy. I hope they're happy because they made more work for all of us. I don't know. I get irritated, I guess, and I'm probably treading a fine line here too, because I am all for women's rights and I'm all for equality, but I don't feel like that's equality. I feel like that's crossing the boundary into feeling superior. Well, we don't want you at our session, but we want to be able to go to your session. But the second you come to ours, no. We want our session to be only women, but we don't want the men's session to be only men. I don't understand. Because like I said, you can watch the talks, you can read them, they print them in the church magazine, the church website, everything. There is full transparency. You get your night. Why can't the men have their night? Drives me nuts. Irritates me. I miss going to the priesthood session at my ward. We would always get Frosties at Wendy's after. See? Yeah, they were church Karens. And basically it started with one woman that felt like there was inequality because she said, I can't be a bishop and I can't be in the bishopric, which is controversial for some people because that's true. There are certain callings and certain responsibilities that are set aside for the men, and there are certain responsibilities that are set aside for the women. But that's because men and women do better at those callings. And they also are trying to keep kids safe and the youth safe. So they have to be really careful about who they put in certain positions because there are more instances of inappropriate things happening with certain genders in certain positions. That's just life. That's just human nature. So they have to be really careful with that stuff. They also have to be careful about presidents of organizations working closely with other presidents of organizations that are of the opposite sex and being at the church building late, possibly being at the church building alone together. You have to be really careful about that. So there was a woman that got really upset and felt like it was unequal, or it was, it wasn't equal. There wasn't equality in the church. And she started this huge thing that she started like an organization. And ultimately she was actually excommunicated from the church for her actions, but it's not because she was saying, oh, the church isn't equal or whatever. You can say whatever you want. That's fine. It was the fact that she was reaching out to other women and actually pulling them. She was putting ideas in their heads that they didn't have. And she was causing a lot of women to become apostate, basically, and walk away from the church and do things that they probably normally wouldn't have done. She was actively leading members away from the teaching of the church because she felt like her way was better. That is why she was excommunicated, not because she was saying, oh, well, this isn't equal, or we should go to the priesthood session or whatever. I want that to be really clear. It was because she was actively leading members of the church away from the core principles of the gospel. And that was the main problem. That was why that's why she was excommunicated. It wasn't because she spoke out or because she showed up at the priesthood session and tried to get inside. But that's fine. People have their agency, their free will. They can do whatever. But when you start leading others away purposely, instead of letting them make their own choice, that's where there's a problem. So a lot of people got all up in arms about it and felt like she'd been wrongly excommunicated, and I disagree. I feel like she was not acting in accordance with what church members are taught. She basically was saying, nope, don't listen to the prophet, don't listen to God, don't listen to anybody else, listen to me. I know better, and they are wrong, and so I'm going to lead you and have you come follow me. And it was like, okay, well, this is how the church responds to that. Okay, let me see what else. These women wanted to be with their husbands in the male service, but they didn't want their husbands to be with them in the female service. Geez, that makes no sense. I'm beyond confused. I know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's kind of the same thing as the Boy Scouts of America and how they've started allowing girls into the Boy Scouts of America. Now it's just, I don't even think it's called Boy Scouts, but I know their funding is in trouble. So I think that's part of the reason is because they really need, actually, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints used to fund the Boy Scouts of America hugely, and they pulled out eventually and started their own thing. And I think the Boy Scouts of America is hurting really badly. But everybody was making this big deal like, well, why can't our daughters be in it? Well, okay, that's fine. But I do believe it's okay to have boys and girls organizations. I think that's okay. That's my own personal opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there is a comfort aspect to being with your own like gender, and you can open up and say certain things and whatnot. And maybe this is inappropriate. I don't know, but this is how I feel. And I don't feel like it's fair to say, oh, well, that's not fair to the girls because girls should be able to be into this Boy Scouts, but no way in heck are we ever going to let the boys into our Girl Scouts. If you want it both ways, it has to be both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too, basically. I can't time out Susie, even if I wanted to. It's true. Charens, church Karens. Used to go to the Acquire the Fire at the Silverdome back in the day. 3 days, 20 some hours. Yeah, see? Bye, Cage, I love you. What did she say to them? Kate? Was it Kate? I don't know. I can't remember. I think her name was Kate. Men shouldn't be in women's service. We fart a lot. I think it is okay to have separate sessions or groups or whatever, because if there are men intermixed with the women, then both people can't open up as much as they might want to, right? They don't feel as comfortable in that space. And so I do think it's really important to have certain things that are only for women and certain things that are only for men. There are a lot of people that will disagree with me on that. I don't think I'm saying anything hateful. I'm just saying I was in Girl Scouts as a kid, and I can tell you it would have been very different if boys had been in that. There's also the organization in the church called Young Women's and Young Men's, which are the ages 12 to 18. They get together and have activities once a week, and they have lessons on Sunday. And it would be very different if they were meeting together. There's a reason they are split up. And I agree with that. I think that's 100% okay. And I don't think it's right for you to be like, well, that's not fair. We should always be together always. I don't always want to be with men. I'm sorry. I want to be with my girlfriends where we can chat and talk and gossip and have a good time and not have to worry about men being around us. I think that's okay. I don't think that's being hateful. I don't know. You can't have your cake and eat it. What's the point of having cake that you can't eat? I know, that's true. That was the wrong saying to say, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like they have what they have, but then they want more. But then they don't want it to work both ways. They don't want it to be... They want to have their own space, but then they don't want men to have their own space either. And they get angry at that. And I'm not saying everybody by any means. It's just this handful of people, right? But it's like Dad Bod said once, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? The people who yell the loudest are the ones that eventually, you know. And so I think it's okay to have different spaces for different genders. I think that's okay. And I don't think we should try to encroach on that, because I wouldn't want to hang out with a whole bunch of guys either. No offense, but it's just different. It's just different. What? So every time conference rolls around, I get a little miffed because I'm like, you know what? Everything was fine back when the men had the priesthood session and all the women could get together and like have a good time. And that was great. And now we just have an extra session that everybody goes to. In addition to all the... I agree with that too, Susie Grace. And they would have combined activities too. That's true. So the Young Men's and Young Women's most of the time would meet just men, you know, the girls and then the boys. But then like once a month, they would have a combined activity where they would all be together. And I think that's healthy too. But I think there needs to be separate spaces for each of that. Women should be able to get together, just women, and men should be able to get together, just men. And then they should be able to be combined for other activities. But I don't agree with the priesthood session. I did not agree with showing up and being like, well, this isn't fair. We want to be able to come into the priesthood session. It's all about transparency. Well, everything we say tonight is going to be on the website tomorrow. But if a bunch of men showed up to the women's session, they would lose their minds. Are you kidding? That's not equality. That's not fair. That's superiority right there. Hi. Cutie web. Oh, we feel so much better since we took a nap, don't we? You want some milk? Okay. All right. It's time for me to sign up. Wouldn't it make more sense to have just one session for everyone? Not necessarily, because there are different challenges and different things and different subjects that are just more, that just fit and are a little more appealing to kind of men as a whole and women as a whole, because we have different roles in life and in our marriages and in parenting and all that stuff. And it makes sense to me to have two different sessions, a women's session and a priesthood session. It makes sense to me, but obviously some people got very, very angry about it. And I mean, we have 4 other sessions that are geared toward literally just everybody. So I just didn't understand why people got so mad, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, different talks for different problems. Like, men face a very different type of, very different types of problems than women do. And so, like, it just made more sense for us to have 2 separate sessions, but that wasn't good enough for some people. For me, if I had a squeaky wheel, I'd probably replace it. I'd probably get rid of it. What? We'll get you some milk. Did I finish this? No, I didn't. I need to mow the lawn too. I might be wearing the same outfit. Yeah, my little infinity scarf that I made from a t-shirt. I don't know. I'll have to see when somebody I think so. You know what? I think I have this is a navy blue shirt, but you can't really tell. I think in that one I'm wearing a black shirt, but yeah. Anyway, okay, that's me stepping down off my soapbox. I'm sorry. Conference reminded me of it, and I was like, oh yeah, we've got that extra session. Thanks all those Karens that were so mad about it. It felt like it was unequal or whatever. I'm like, you feel like it's unequal for the men to have an extra session and for us to not have an extra session? Hello, I don't want an extra session this weekend. I have plenty of sessions. I am good on the session front. Let's have a men's priest session mowing lawns. Yeah, that sounds great. Anybody wants to come mow my lawn, you know what? It's okay, because mowing lawn is cardio, so that's fine. We'll compare notes on conference next week. I will be back on Friday to hopefully finish this game. And actually, that's perfect timing, because if I finish the game on Friday, madam, I heard you. You want some milk. I know. If I finish the game on Friday, then Cage and I will stream on Sunday. That's the plan. And then I can start Darkwood on Monday. It's perfect. So, you are all wonderful human beings. I love each one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. I have some things in the works. So, I think April is going to be a really good month. So, I'm excited about that. The Horizon DLC is coming out in April, so it's going to be a great month. Hug. Yeah, let's just hug. Like, let's just be kind all the time. Let's just be kind. That's all that's important. That's all that matters. So I love each one of you. I'm going to go get my baby some milk and go mow the lawn. So that's fun. But I'll see everybody back at the regular time on Friday. You guys are all awesome. If you would like to join my Discord, please feel free to do so. It's a great, wholesome place, and we have a good time there. So I will see all of you guys next time. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day, night, time zone, wherever you are, and I'll see you all on Friday. Adios.